In early January this year, Kate Bush had never performed before an important live audience. She had several successful singles to her name, a couple of albums in the charts, a string of TV appearances, but in a sense she was a media singer. When she took the decision to go on tour, no one doubted how important it could prove to her career. Because most live artists make their mistakes either in private or before a very small audience. Tonight, here at the Liverpool Empire, Kate Bush starts at the top, before several thousand. She can't afford to fail.
The last time Kate Bush played a concert was the 14th of May 1979, and the venue was the same, the Hammersmith Apollo, or the Hammersmith Odeon as it was known then. Tonight I've spoken to people from Australia, from Thailand, Los Angeles, some without tickets, desperate to get in and see this singer who they thought would never perform live again.
Waited since I was 5 years old to see her, and it's just so exciting. I can't wait.
I swore if she ever did a live show, no matter where it was, I would cross the Atlantic even for just a weekend.
What are your names?
Jen. Claire.
You are in the area for people with tickets about to head in. How excited are you?
Off the scale. I'm shaking. I'm so excited.
I'm guessing you were not born in 1979 the last time.
No, I was not, no, but I'm hoping to, well, obviously I'm going to be here tonight, so that's what counts.
What are you expecting from tonight's first show?
I honestly don't know. There's been nothing leaked and she's full of surprises even now.
What song are you most looking forward to hearing?
I'd like some of the old stuff if possible, but King of the Mountain out of the modern stuff is what I'm looking forward to.
What are you expecting? How dramatic? The one tour she did in 1979, there was a lot of mime, there was a magician, there was a giant egg on stage. What are you expecting?
Well, I didn't know about the giant egg. That's exciting. I'm not sure. I think hopefully a lot of costume changes, a lot of very intense lighting, and just a crazy set list.
Well, she managed 17 costume changes back in 1979. Let's see if she can match that tonight. And to give you an example of how much Kate Bush fever is kicking in, all 10 of her albums are back in the midweek of the albums chart. All 10 of her albums. Kate Bush is having quite a week, and she's not even taken to the stage yet.
British singer-songwriter Kate Bush, who shot to fame in the late 1970s, is to make her comeback on stage, appearing at the Hammersmith Apollo in London in just a few hours' time. Tickets sold out in less than a quarter of an hour when they were released in March.
It's in the trees. It's coming.
When I was a child, running in the light, afraid of what might be.
The noise in the house was just absolutely, everybody was on their feet.
And the world was full of
A dream come true, absolutely amazing.
the homes all over home too.
It's spectacular. It's worth waiting 35 years for.
Came from New Jersey, United States. It was fantastic, spectacular.
What was so good about it?
It was like a rock show, a theater show, everything. Just wonderful.
It was theatrical, it was just out of this world. There was so much, there was puppetry, there was video, visuals. It was like a piece of theatre. It was absolutely beautiful.
It was like a fairy tale, West End, fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic.
It was brilliant. It was like the best West End Theatre with the best gig you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Magical.
We've waited 35 years to see this, so we're very
too little
excited.
last time.
We were too tiny, yeah. So it was absolutely
Brilliant. Go. If you can. Kick someone in the leg to get a ticket.
She looked brilliant. I grew up listening to all of Kate Bush's early stuff, and she just, was part of my teenage years. So all of her hair and just all of that persona was still there, and her voice was just phenomenal.
Look, that was speechless, spectacular, creative. It touched every sense in your body. Visual, hearing, taste, your whole body was on a flow with sensation. She's brilliant.
It just shows what an inspiration Kate Bush is to visualise her music, and her lyrics in that way was outstanding. And I need to see that show 4 or 5 more times to see all the details that I didn't see tonight. It was outstanding, and it'll be a memory that will stay with me for a long time.
Bush has returned to the stage tonight for her first full concert in more than 35 years. She kicked off a 22-show run at the Hammersmith Apollo in West London, the same venue where she effectively retired from live performances after 6 weeks on the road in 1979.
It's absolutely electric. She's incredible, absolutely incredible. I've waited my whole life for this and she hasn't disappointed at all. It's just amazing. The atmosphere in there is... She's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It's actually not like anything I've ever seen before. It's really quite incredible. I don't want to give anything away because she'd probably hate me and watch it, but it's phenomenal.
I think everybody was so excited just to see her. When we arrived, you know, the expectation from the audience was immense and there was just so much love coming from them and so much excitement. And then she kind of launched into a typical rock sort of gig, you know, which wasn't what we expected.
Yeah, it was kind of like, okay, this is cool, but, you know, you expected something more, and then suddenly the show went into the most crazy, kind of imaginative, creative world, which is what's so amazing about Kate Bush, and it felt like so like her brain, like you were inside her mind.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some stills, some images actually of what it was like tonight that we can bring up now. You say a crazy, imaginative, creative world, like her brain. I mean, what was that? What are we looking at on stage?
So she did, in the first half, she did sort of like a performance theatre-based, it felt like musical theatre or opera, based to her Ninth Wave, second half of her Hounds of Love album. So it's all about, you know, a shipwreck and being stranded at sea.
And for the non-specialist, Gemma, what year was that album out?
Oh, gosh, actually, don't ask me that. I feel like it's the year I was born or something, or even maybe before I was born.
But sometime then, a long, long time ago. So she didn't commit that sin that musicians sometimes do of coming on, playing all the new tunes to the fans and not giving them any old hits.
No, I mean, there was a combination. She did... Hounds of Love, she did Running Up That Hill, which was a highlight, I think. But the whole audience just stood up and there was such an energy. And she did stuff from Ariel, which was released in 2005.
Yeah, I think she did a whole section on Ariel. It was just stunning.
But all these years on, if you think back to those extraordinary vocal performances, I suppose, something like Wuthering Heights, tonight... How was her voice? Can she still deliver those performances in the way that she did?
Absolutely. And as the show went on, it got better and better. You could feel at the beginning that she was a bit nervous, and everyone was rooting for her, you know. And then as the gig went on, she just completely just soared. She just took off.
You made this sound like some kind of ultimate magical family reunion.
One of the best shows I've ever been to.
Yeah,
it really was. Just everything about it, you know, was just the energy and.
Even if I wasn't a big Kate Bush fan and I went along to it, I think it was just everything about it was so high. The quality of everything was so high and well thought out. And you don't see that with musical, with gig type stuff. You know, it was like a whole show. And
the detail was very unique.
And her son. Her son.
So it was a family affair then. What happened with her son?
Her son was in the whole thing. He was there as a backing dancer, then he was there as part of the kind of the.
He was like an MC even, wasn't he? He sort of guided it, especially the aerial part. He was the painter in the whole in this section, and he does a whole musical number.
So she was keeping it in the family.
It's very touching.
Yeah, really touching.
Because she's so, you know, pushes the world away, and then for her to open up her life to an audience.
Very briefly, one of the things she did try to push away was people using their phones, whatever they had, their gadgets in their pockets to record or snap pictures of her. Just briefly, did people stick to that rule?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah. I think everyone that was there was so appreciative of how special that night was, this night was, especially the opening night. And it just felt like everybody just wanted to be present. And, it was amazing.
Now, a very quick look at the papers, and there she is on the front of all of them, pretty much. Kate Bush there on the front of The Guardian, a small picture of her on The Sun, and, of course, our main story about child abuse victims in that shocking report. Similarly, The Times and also the Daily Telegraph, both with that story, and also 2 more pictures of Kate Bush in all her glory. That is all we have time for, I'm afraid, tonight. Good night.